Hello my darlings, it's Zui here, and today I'm delivering to you the final chapter of Burning Feathers, Chapter 3. I hope you enjoyed just as much as I enjoyed writing it, but before I go right into it, I would like to remind you to watch the video until the end, like or dislike and comment something down below. This way you help me with the YouTube algorithm, which means that more people will watch my videos because my videos will get more recommended to other people. I hope you're also ready because at some point in the future I will read the entire story in a singular video. So hey, stay up for that. Alright, I hope you enjoy the show. Let's get right into it. Your heart was racing. Ever since Hawks had put you into the League of Villains, you were living a double life that you were not okay with. For one, the ideals of the League of Villains were far removed from your own. And now that the League had assimilated this strange terrorist organization, the Meta Liberation Army, you lived in constant fear of any intervention that you may be put in the crossfire of. But that wasn't even the worst thing to happen to you. The worst thing was Dabi, a villain that had managed to blackmail you, and like an immature teen, you acted accordingly. Instead of doing what you should be doing, as in tell Hawks about it, you forced yourself to fulfill every order the villain gave you. That's why you were right now dressed up in a skimpy maid dress, while he sat before you with his legs spread wide, drinking from a cocktail he had forced you to make. "The drink still tastes like sewage," he growled before throwing a glass against the wall. "Clean that shit up." Yes." You paused, feeling revolted. "Master." Saying that made your stomach turn. How could you handle this? No. The fact that you were on your knees cleaning up the shattered glass and puddle of alcohol, this was a sign that you weren't handling it. Internally you broke out into tears, while on the outside you just smiled painfully. Crying, yes, that's what he truly wanted from you. And that was a pleasure you wouldn't give him. With a pounding heart, you got back on your feet and turned to dispose of the glass shards, when suddenly he was behind you, rubbing his greedy, scarred hands over your chest and stomach. Once again, disgust filled your gut. "And you're an eager young bunny." You pressed your lips together, and with your teeth you formed the words, "Stop calling me young bunny." His hands went further down, cupping your shame as they slowly rubbed over it. You closed your eyes, refusing the pleasure signals your body was giving you. The thought alone that you may actually be enjoying this was something that had started happening more often than you wanted to admit. You groaned. "Hawks may be back at any time." How were his hands so skilled? You moaned into his touch, and your back arced into him. You begged. "You're like liquid. Thought your boring office job makes your body go stiff, but no." He placed his hand on your chin. "How about this?" His hand slid up your body before aggressively grabbing your breasts. He chuckled. "You like this, don't you?" He groaned into your ear. "Stop denying it." Maybe I should... Suddenly the door to the room got kicked open. "Miss me?" shouted a familiar voice into the room. You heard 2 footsteps, a gasp, and then a disappointed chuckle. Dabi turned around while you hid your face in shame. "I can't believe it. My own manager." "Seriously?" You broke out into tears while Dabi just growled. "I thought I could go further." "Further?" you thought in disbelief. Hawk stepped into the room, arms crossed. "May I have my manager back for 10 minutes? He hissed. Dabi pushed you into the hero. "Know yourself out." He laughed, while the other angrily grabbed your arm. You're hurting me," you whined while the winged man dragged you outside. However, once the door was closed, and he had taken you behind a large tree, his demeanor changed. "Okay, first things first." You blinked. He sounded desperate. "Is he bigger than me?" Your mind could not comprehend the question. Like, his dick? A confused noise escaped you. Was he seriously asking you that? Hawk's hands slapped onto your shoulders, sending a tremor throughout your entire being, before quickly moving up to your cheeks. His touch was gentle. I need to know." Your lips quivered before you finally said, They are about the same." Hawks blinked. "And?" Your eyes moved away from his face. "And yours is maybe a bit longer, but also maybe his has a bit more girth?" The number 2 hero groaned and rubbed a hand over his face. You couldn't tell if he was disappointed or relieved. "Why are you asking that?" came your question, but he ignored it. "But it was better, right?" You blinked. "Otherwise, you wouldn't be wearing that for him." "Was he serious?" "He blackmailed me." Hawk sighed. And I feel like an idiot." He took a step away from you, hands under his chin. No. He paused when suddenly, "Yes!" he shouted. "This is perfect." He jumped up, wrapping his arms tightly around you. It was probably the most affectionate he had ever been. "You're such a blessing. I know exactly why I hired you. I could kiss you right now." He paused. "Actually, no, I will kiss you. Come here." Quickly he turned your head towards his and pecked your face like a horny high schooler. "Hawks?" you asked after a minute as he continued. "Hawks?" You got louder and he stopped. "Yes?" "What are you talking about? None of this is good. I should have told you from the start." He pointed his finger at you in an almost accusatory manner. But you didn't. Yes, but that may have been the best idea ever," he interrupted. "You're a genius. The best manager ever." What was he talking about? "Getting a league member to blackmail you on purpose so you have more reasons to stay with them to extract more information." You blushed. Hard. And your lips, all by unintentional, perked up. Yeah. This idea is so great. I'm not even jealous." You joined his laughter, all by sounding much more nervous. "I respect a woman that is willing to risk her love life for the greater good." He made a dramatic pose by putting his hands on his hips. Just your luck I got behind the ruse. Then he blinked and sighed. Look. His tone and mood completely shifted. I'm trying to help you. Sound less nervous, okay? He looked away. The mere fact alone they haven't fed me purposefully wrong information through you, or, well, haven't killed me, is proof alone that you haven't told them any information, and it has shown where your loyalties truly lie. He took your hand in his. Right now, he said, I love you more than I ever did. Despite your little adultery. Hawks blinked before adding, just... He paused and looked you in the eyes. Please, tell me. Your heart jumped painfully. Who of us fucks better? It was a moment where you couldn't control your body. A split-second decision you had no control over, as your hand harshly slapped across his face. Immediately you regretted it. You sputtered apologies as he recovered from the blow. But he wasn't mad. Desperately he tried to calm you down. And when your mad ravings and sorries turned into sad rants, he shut you up by pressing his lips on your mouth. You squeaked as he pushed you against the tree. His soft lips felt like the soft embrace of a childhood plush toy, long abandoned and found years later in a dusty yet cozy attic. You closed your eyes, allowing his tongue passage into your mouth. It aggressively wiggled around inside you, like a snake in heat. It made you groan and push back into him. Then slowly he released you, a spit line connecting your mouths. Let's go back inside. By now, you're thoroughly melted into him, that you didn't even realize the implications of this sentence, and you only said, yes, with your head in your clouds, and followed him into the villain hideout. Dabi was lying on the sofa playing a game on his phone. He only side-glanced you and Hawks before saying, You done? Thought you'd kill her. As you can see, I didn't, he snapped back. You both sat on the other sofa opposite to Dabi's. I wanna ask you something, burnt boy. The villain chuckled. Call me that again and I turn you into an order of 9-piece chicken nuggets. The hero smirked. Fine. Then I won't. Then I won't suggest. Suggest what? Interrupted Dabi with curiosity, getting the better of him. But your own heart had stopped for a moment. Did Hawks just almost fire you? The winged man leaned forward and rubbed his hands. I suggest we share her. Then he leaned back and slapped your shoulder painfully. I'm sure she doesn't mind. Dabi scoffed. Huh. And how are you gonna do that, you half-hearted Rick and Morty reference? The villain sighed. That sounded better in my head. Sure, whatever. We need a mate anyways. Toga's leaving behind so much blood that she refuses to clean, and Spinner? I had a pet lizard once. It's not comparable. This guy's very unsanitary. You suppressed a sob. Didn't realize the number 2 is such a... Hawks raised both hands in defense. Oh, I can assure you I'm not. I can promise. I'm just showing my loyalty to the League by giving you something... He made a dramatic pause. That I own. You fidgeted and blushed at that. Honestly, I was hoping for Tomura to be interested in her, but hey, this is fine too. Hawk shrugged. Now, I still need her to do my paperwork, so I can have her on Mondays and Wednesdays. Oh, also, I'd like to take this Sunday off, so can I have her for that too? Do I get no say in this? In unison, both men replied, No! You huddled back into the sofa's armrest next to you. You didn't know what was worse. The things these two were doing to you mentally. Because you were starting to enjoy it.